We should be live very soon, my mate. We've clicked the button.
Yeah.
We'll go. Yeah, good for going.
All live?
All live. Crack on, my mate.
Real stuff. Evening Blues. Hope everyone's well. Here for the live listen along, if you want to call it that. Stop everybody asking to see the view. You're stuck with me, Dan Fielden, as I talk you through every minute of this very, very important and massive game that means absolutely nothing, Blues. City, of course, are away at FC Porto in a game that we only need a point in terms of securing top spot, really. We're already through. It's, in terms of many people's views, a nothing game. Every game for City is a big game, you know, we've got to treat it as such. Strong lineup tonight, a host of changes. There's only 4 players, which include Rodri, Diaz, Ederson and Ferran Torres, that remain in the starting lineup from the game against Burnley. Whole host of changes tonight. Fernandinho back in the line alongside Rodri, controversial for many of us don't like to see in terms of 2 holding midfielders. But he's in the squad tonight, and he is our captain, of course. Be an interesting game. What's everyone's thoughts? What's everyone's predictions? And keep your comments coming as well for what you think about the game and how it plans on every minute. And I'll talk you through the lineup once we get going. The players are just doing their traditional fist pumps. City start with Ederson, Ruben Diaz, Raheem Sterling, Alexander Zinchenko, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Ferran Torres, Fernandinho, João Cancelo, Phil Foden and, controversially, Eric Garcia. Very strong bench as well tonight. A lot of players, of course. Remember, we've got 5 substitutions in the Champions League rather than the Premier League with just 3. Doyle is also on the bench. Ake makes a return from injury to also feature on the bench. So hopefully, depending on how well the game goes for City tonight, we might see him return to the starting, come into the team. What's everyone's thoughts on the lineup then, Blue? And keep your score predictions coming in. Of course, City will be, of course, looking for the win. But if we lose, still got a game, I think, against Marseille. Marseille's probably our best team performance so far this season. So fingers crossed we rout them again like we did. But game just about to kick off any second now. Wonder if the players will do their traditional get down on one knee in support of Black Lives Matter. They do just that. The camera focusing on Phil Foden here. Obviously, we all like to see him back in the starting lineup. That'll be a big topic before long, especially on the Manchester's Blue page. Regarding Phil Foden, why is he not starting as many games as he should be? Be interesting to see as the game kicks off, and Porto playing right to left, City of course left to right. Porto kicking off and immediately give possession to Manchester City. Of course, City with a changed back line. João Cancelo plays in his more preferred right back position, with Alexander Zinchenko filling in for the left back position, in which he's more predominantly played. So yeah, Blues, what's everyone's predictions? I've gone for 3 different predictions over the past couple of days. Is Phil Foden out on the left here, instantly trying to get a cross in. Zinchenko tries to win the ball. I think that came off the Porto man last, and no, it didn't. It came off Zinchenko last, so it's an early goal kick for Porto. So for saying Porto started the game 40 seconds ago and they've already got a goal kick shows how determined we are to get up to the other end of the pitch. What's everyone's thoughts on the whole game tonight then? Should we still treat it as a game we should be concentrating on, or is it relatively a nothing game, or would you rather City go out and just get the 3 points and then maybe play a really weakened team for the final game of the group fixtures? Porto just on the break here. Fernandinho cutting it out and forcing the play out for a throw-in on the near side to Porto. Just read through a quick of the comments before we get going. Evening, Steve. How are we doing? Evening, Jane. Evening, Blues. Hoping for a great game tonight. And, of course, a City win to build on our recent success. Yes, fingers crossed. That's a lot of people's... you can call it pet peeve, really, can't you? Hopefully we can build on the 5-0 win against Burnley and keep the wins going. You know, we're going to be facing a Fulham side with a lot of confidence all of a sudden after beating Leicester, of course, 2-1 yesterday. You know, we've not exactly started the season very well. But fingers crossed we can keep this win momentum going and score some more goals. It seems to be the problem so far this year. But City have possession once again now. What's everyone's thoughts on Rodri and Fernandinho? So I do apologise. I thought Rodri was playing. He is. Sorry, yes. He's out of position. Looks like Rodri's playing left side centre back. Here's Bernardo Silva trying to force the ball into the penalty box. Raheem Sterling on the right hand side. Pulls it back, skips past one defender. Raheem Sterling trying his best. The ball rebounded out to Rodri. Plays it to Zinchenko, who's crossed the ball in. And it's headed away by, I think, Chancel Mbemba. No, Malang Sarr, sorry. Because it was Porto, I think, are playing a back three or a back five, one of the two. I think it's most relatively the same. So we're playing a more defensive lineup. City have got the calibre in there to break down as many defences as we can, but obviously this season that seems to be the problem. Raheem Sterling with a loose touch there to retain possession for City, but he gets lucky. Crossed the ball forward. Fernandinho's in there for the head. It misses everyone and almost falls through to Rodri, but even he misses it. Goes out for another goal kick for Porto. 3 minutes played. City's starting bright. You know, Fernandinho did get a little touch of his head. The ball bounced just in front of Ruben Dias, sorry, not Rodri. And he couldn't get the left shot away. But City look like they're attempting a high press again, which is good to see. Bernardo Silva playing more centrally up front. I think that will vary. Obviously, Ferran Torres and Raheem Sterling are both playing tonight. So I think we could have about 4 or 5 different strikers play tonight. So here's Phil Foden breaking through on the left wing here. Under possession. Does well. Plays it back to Zinchenko. Driving the ball infield, finds Fernandinho, looking for that forward ball, but plays it back to Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Phil Foden looks more to be playing out on the left wing as he passes the ball to Fernandinho. Fernandinho tries to lob ball to find Phil Foden, but not on the same wavelength, and Phil doesn't make the run, and the ball goes out for another goal kick to Porto. Just read through another quick one. Ryan Askew, this is a tricky subject, really. Well, not tricky. I think we're all a bit confused, to be fair. Why is he sticking with Garcia? He's made it clear he wants to leave. Why play a man that doesn't want to be in the squad? You know, there's plenty of other players there waiting to take his place. But I feel hard done by. I know he likes to rotate the squad with all the fixtures coming thick and fast all of a sudden. So, you know, personally, I think it's good management in terms of rotating the squad. But when you're rotating it for a player that doesn't want to be at City anymore, I think you've got to cancel it out with poor management as well, really. They're not going to convince him to stay. He wants to leave, and he's made it clear. So just train with the reserves, really. Porto under a lot of pressure here. Bernardo Silva almost getting the block in from the goal kick away. City win back possession through Zinchenko, who immediately finds Phil Foden, crosses the ball in. Ferran Torres was there to try and kick the ball, but the defender, Lita, I think that's how you pronounce his name, heads it out for a corner to City. First corner of the game. Thank God it is for City. Hopefully we can score a goal from one of these corners. It's one thing we've lacked in the recent years, of scoring goals from corners, but it's a short one between Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. Zinchenko's loose pass does still find João Cancelo more centrally. Plays it back to Zinchenko, plays it more infield to Raheem Sterling, who crosses the ball out wide over everyone. It didn't even hit the floor before going out for a goal kick again. So City wasteful in the opening 5.5, 6 minutes with their through balls. It seems to be that crossing ball rather than driven. We don't seem to be passing. We don't seem to want to be controlling the ball as such. We seem to be wanting to get it straight up there, and unfortunately it's not working out so far. The goalkeeper's kicked off more than we've had control of the ball. Yeah, opening 6 minutes, City well on top, but no clear-cut chances as yet. Of course, plenty of time in the game for that to change. Goal kick instantly goes to Rodri, whose loose control doesn't bode well for him as Porto break away. However, they're immediately forced back to the defence from City's high press. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva putting Chancel Mbemba under pressure. He manages to find his pass in Mbemba, and Porto now on the break. Fernandinho covering well, forcing the play back again to Porto's defence. So City are marshalling Porto well. I don't think Porto will be coming at us in all guns blazing. I think they'll be looking to play us at our own game in terms of passing. You know, they won't be wanting to get the ball immediately forward. I say that the goalkeeper's just lofted it forward and it's gone all the way to Edison. So I take back everything I just said then. But yeah, Sissy with possession again. Krista, how we doing, buddy? Steve Browning, I don't want any injuries to our main centre-backs. That's why Garcia is here. Yeah, maybe. I understand that. In fact, hang on. Phil Foden plays out Zinchenko on the left wing here, looking to get that immediate ball in. Ball crossing. Doesn't beat the first man, and Porto head it clear. However, Phil Foden's won back possession. Referee's given advantage. Zinchenko pulls it back instead of taking a first-time cross. Out to Rodri. Cross is the ball right across the field. Ferran Torres gets the head in there. Chancellor Mbemba heads it clear. And now Porto go on the attack. Oh, but Ruben Diaz gets a block in, and it comes off the Porto player. I think it just nicked off Ruben Diaz there for a throw-in to Porto on the near side. Nope. Rebound off the Porto player, kicks out. João Cancelo set to take the throw in. Hopefully João Cancelo can have another good game at right back today. It's obviously his more preferred position. So fingers crossed that, what Walker's arguably been City's best player so far this season. Cancelo will be looking to break that. Raheem Sterling breaking in the penalty box, pulls it back. He's taken down by the defender, but I think the defender just got a touch on the ball, and it is a corner to Manchester City. Still a very bright start for City. A very, very, very bright start for City. Malang Sarr with the tackle, and City looked to be taking another short corner. Phil Foden's come to Bernardo Silva and said, no, I'm taking it. I think he's going to try and cross it in this time. He does, left-footed, swung in. Ball headed back into the penalty box, cleared by Porto and cleared out for another corner on the far side. It was Eric Garcia with the chance who headed it back into play. But Porto cleared for another corner on the far side for City. There's a teasing ball in there by Phil Foden with the left foot from the corner. We're just about to take it again. Rodri making plenty of movement in that box. Hopefully his 6'4", 6'5" figure can nod a goal in. Phil Foden left-footed again. Over everyone, out to Raheem Sterling on the edge of the penalty box, the right-hand side, plays it to João Cancelo. Leaves a man for dead, gets a cross in, poor cross, doesn't beat really the first man as it's driven across the floor. City head it clear, but Porto almost breaking through there. Bernardo Silva doing his defensive duties, winning the ball back for City and pushing forward, finding Zinchenko in the attacking midfield role, plays it out to Phil Foden on the left wing, plays it back to Rodri at the centre of the park. Brings it infield to Fernandinho. Plays it more direct to Phil Foden. Instantly plays it out left to Bernardo Silva, who breaks into the penalty box. Trying to find the right pass. Pulls it back. Lays it off for Zinchenko. Pulls it in. Phil Foden. Oh, his first time touch. I don't even think he was expecting the ball there. It just rebounded off his left foot. He tried to control it with very minimal time to do anything about it. Cleared by Porto, but City win back possession. Say that. Raheem Sterling gives back possession, and then Porto instantly give back possession, and it is a throw-in to Man City on the far side. So the press is there. We're continuing the press from... I tell you what, that could have been a penalty. I'm just seeing the replay here. Sarr goes in, he gets nothing in the ball and takes Raheem Sterling out. That should have been a penalty. I didn't see that the first time I'm looking. He got nothing of the ball there, Sarr, and took every bit of his man in Raheem Sterling in the penalty box. That should have been a penalty to City in the 8th minute, that. But here's what it is. VAR. I don't even know if VAR's up and running in Porto. I don't know if they've got the stadium to capacitate it. Some stadiums are like that. Christophons goes 3-1 City. Steve Browning saying 2 goals for Torres and a 2-0 City win. He's also saying we need to keep winning streak for momentum for the season. Any win is massive for us. Absolutely, buddy. Krista says, I don't care about the match results, just want us to play with effort and no injuries. Spot on. Completely oblivious there. City breaking in through Ferran Torres. He does win the corner there. I think it was Chancel Mbemba, who's just offside Ferran Torres. So if he did go on to score, the goal would have been chalked out. But City do have the corner, I think. Or was it being chalked off for offside? Did the referee bring it back? Yeah, enough of the referee's hand. No, it was offside. It's been given offside. Ryan Askew, I do believe that was a penalty, mate. I I didn't see it the first time round. I'd love to know, is VAR even operational tonight? Because I'm surprised I didn't look at that. And if they did, why wasn't it given? So obviously have a Liverpool official in the background, haven't they? 12 minutes played, Porto 0, City 0. City much the better team here though, but I say that. Loose of the pass there from Eric Garcia, of all players, to find Zinchenko. Zinchenko wasn't getting to that pass and out for a throw into Porto, which to take quickly all the way back to their defence. In fact, all the way back to their goalkeeper. Under pressure from Bernardo Silva, almost gets a touch in there, forces the keeper to do a poor clearance as City win back possession. Rodri to Fernandinho, plays it to Ruben Diaz under pressure from the number 17 of Porto. Manages to find Zinchenko on the far side, brings it infield to Phil Foden, plays a nice 1-2 with Zinchenko. And the ball's with Eric Garcia once again. Looking for that forward ball, picks out Rodri, plays a very testing ball to Fernandinho, almost gives away possession. City keep it though. And it's Zinchenko on the far side. Looks to find that right pass, drives infield, pulls it back, finds Phil Foden out on the left. Brings it back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko on a lot of the ball so far tonight. So is Phil Foden. Maybe City's aiming to get it down that left-hand side more than the right. Eric Garcia's poor pass there. Straight away gives the ball back to Porto immediately on the break. Out on the left wing here is the number 12. We've got no names over them by the looks of things. I can't tell who it is. Porto breaking through. Number 8 finding the space in possession in the middle of the field. Raheem Sterling playing more right back, holding back number 12. Rodri also comes in. Bernardo Silva gets enough pressure on it, but kicks it out for a throw-in on the near side, well into City's half here. For a throw-in, should I say. I apologise, Bruce. I think I'm losing my voice. Probably a good thing. Nat, how you doing, pal? 4-1 City you're going for. It's a nice, big, convincing win, Nat. Ball thrown in, deep into the penalty box. Cleared away by City. João Cancelo with the clearance. Will it stay in play for Ferran Torres? He does just enough to keep it in play, Ferran Torres, and it's headed out of play for throw-in by the Porto defender, Sergio. So 14 minutes played. 0-0. City much the better side, but no clear-cut chances as so far. Couple of corners, nothing came of them. A few loose over the play balls forward, and nothing's really happening so far for City. We seem to be playing a lot more direct, but nothing's coming off. Bernardo Silva's are everywhere on this pitch tonight. Plays a beautiful ball out to João Cancelo if he can get there. I think the ball just went out of play. And it did. It was a go out for a goal kick. There's been more goal kicks than anything so far this game for Porto. And every time they seem to have the goal kick, it's passed straight back to City, which obviously I'm not complaining about. But this time he takes it short. The defence for Porto's maintained well. Now they're driving at the City defence. Loose pass from Porto. Still managed to find their player and they're breaking it out on the right here. Zinchenko holding off the player so far, but they're breaking in the penalty box here. Pulls it back to the centre of the park. 1-2. Tries a lob ball. He does. If he can get the ball in. Ederson's out of position. The player... Well, it's cleared by City. You could say that Ederson might have given away a penalty here. If VAR are operational, I'm sure they'll have a look at that. But if that's a penalty, then I'd be fuming considering Raheem Sterling's was a definite one. Ederson comes well out of his goal, gets nothing of the ball and takes out the player. Yeah, I tell you what, if VAR is operational tonight, I think that's a penalty. Ederson just runs into the player, doesn't get anything of the ball. But Ederson was in no man's land there. What the hell he was doing is beyond me. I don't think it's going to be given. It's out for a throw-in rather than a penalty, thank God. Nat, shall we do a Klopp's drop about the penalty decision? Nah, we're not a victim, are we? We move on. Yeah, we were a bit peed off by some of the decisions by VAR, but at least we keep our heads. We support City when we lose. We support them when they win. We support them when VAR's an absolute knob. Nah, we're not the victims, and it's interesting. I put a post out earlier. It's interesting how Liverpool players and management are now only just starting to complain about VAR. They weren't complaining last year when most of the decisions were going their way, were they? City had to put up with it. Now it's them bloody turn. But yeah, City have the ball. Do apologise for that little mini rant. 17 minutes played. Ruben Diaz on the ball for City. Plays it more infield to Eric Garcia. Plays out to Rodri, who's dropped in at left back, pushing Zinchenko further upfield, but he plays a 1-2 with Fernandinho. Here's Ruben Diaz more the right back position. Plays to João Cancelo, back to Ruben Diaz, back to João Cancelo, plays it more direct infield to Eric Garcia. In space is Zinchenko on the far side here in the ball, looking for that direct pass. Phil Foden comes back on side on the left wing to get the ball from Zinchenko. Plays it back to Zinchenko, Phil Foden. Crosses the ball well to João Cancelo on the near side, crossing the field of play. Raheem Sterling maybe trying to feed the ball there. Doesn't make anything of it, really. And it goes out for a City throw-in as he's tackled by Mbemba? Not 100% sure. I'm sure Chancellor Mbemba. Was he the one? Was he the centre-back that played for Newcastle? I'm sure he was. But anyway, City played the ball all the way back to Eric Garcia. Zinchenko switches the play to Ruben Diaz on the right side. João Cancelo tries a cheeky flip, but it doesn't come off and loses possession for City. Although saying that, he's won the possession back for City with a great interception, but immediately gives the ball away back to Porto, who are able to clear it. And they do find a man up in Saka. He plays it off Eric Garcia out for a Porto throw-in on the near side, midway through City's half. However, immediately, it doesn't look like they want to play direct, Porto. Immediately when the guy, I think it's number 17, who went for the throw-in, and they play it all the way back to defenders. So Porto aren't looking to attack us in great numbers. I think they're just trying to keep pressure of the ball. And there's been a foul given here by João Cancelo for Porto. Porto have got a free kick. Both players seem to come together. You've seen a replay here. João Cancelo goes in. There's nothing in that. Both players are sort of mid-height. They both ducked a little bit. Both touched each other with the shoulders. And the number 17 went down. Complaining about his leg. He's obviously being stood on by Cancelo by the looks of things. Unless is it the Marseille team who all players seem to go down like a sack of spuds? Oh no, it was Olympiacos, wasn't it? All players seem to go down by a breath of fresh air, Breath of fresh air, you know what I mean. But the camera's just panning to multiple angles of both coaches, both frustrated. Quite rightly too. I think the Porto manager wants them to be more direct, but it's not working out. And Pep's just a bit worried about the waste chances here. City have seen much more of the ball tonight and be making nothing of it, really. Loose passes everywhere, and just doesn't seem to be anything working out for City tonight, which is a shame. Number 17's limping off. He must have been injured, Free kick to Porto taken, very deep. Ederson comes out, claims it, can't keep hand to it, loses the ball, but he's able to stay on his feet and just clear it to the other end of the pitch all the way to the Porto goalkeeper. Ederson was lucky there, to say the least. He went out, caught the ball, but went over the Porto defender and dropped it. But luckily, he was still the first man to reach that ball and clear it for City. So 20 minutes played. It remains 0-0. City well on top. Porto haven't really caused us a threat. However, they are on attack now, switching the play all the way out to number 17, who's back on the pitch after that little injury. Seems to be absolutely fine now. Taking it to the heart of the City defence. Just a few step-overs, trying to beat Raheem Sterling, of all players, who was defending. Pulls back to number 27, out wide on the left wing to number 12, and it's kicked out of play by João Cancelo for another throw-in on the near side, midway through City's half for Taidu, number 12. Taidu, how he pronounce his name. Not keen to get the ball back in play here. I think they're just waiting for a few men to get into City's half. Going to take a Rory Delap. Yeah, Rory Delap. Oh, the header's in there. Rebound off. Ederson had to get down to his left very quickly. parried it out, and City are on the break now. Bernardo Silva plays a beautiful ball through to Phil Foden on the left wing. Plays it through to Ferran Torres, 1-on-1. Oh, and he takes the shot, and it hits the keeper and goes out for a corner. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's judged offside. Phil Foden played the ball through to Ferran Torres, who was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Seen a replay here, yeah. Ferran Torres was offside. Took a first touch with his right foot. Tried a little tame shot, it has to be said, with his left. Hits the keeper and was predominantly going out for a corner. Just seeing the replay, the throw-in from Porto was taken well, deep. Glanced off the first attacker for Porto. Went down just in front of Ederson, but he still had to get down low because Porto were in numbers for attack. Luckily able to clear it, but City unlucky not to be 1-0 up, but it would have been judged offside anyway. But that seems to be the story tonight so far. We just can't be clinical, even when we do have the chance. But every time we do have the chance, something seems to stop us. But it's an interesting game. I don't think if the scoreline remains the same for 70 minutes, I think a lot of City fans who are complaining that it was only Burnley at the weekend will have their point justified, to say the least, because the goal scoring form seems to have gone out the window so far. No clear-cut chances, but just doesn't seem to be clicking for City. It's Porto on the break here. Ederson comes out and catches gracefully and throws instantly to Zinchenko. Plays it to Rodri in the centre of the park. Driving forward. Plays a forward ball to Bernardo Silva, who brings it infield. Out more towards the left. He's going to look for that forward left wing position of Phil Foden. He does. Phil Foden taking it to the heart of the defence on an attacking run. Ball tried to be played through to Bernardo Silva. Heavy touch on the ball and goes out for a goal kick. Like I said, there's been more goal kicks this game for Porto than any other position on the pitch. Both teams are poor, in my opinion, so far. We're defending okay, but our passing's a bit loose. In fact, no, not a bit. Our passing's very loose. No clear-cut chances, as I say. Phil Foden looks on form. Both him and Bernardo Silva are pretty much everywhere on the pitch. For Foden's more predominantly on the left wing. I want to see him more infield. It's where he plays best. And maybe play Raheem Sterling up front, Bernardo on the right, Ferran Torres on the left. Ferran Torres up front. Sterling on the left, should I say. Ferran Torres up front. Bernardo on the right, and Phil Foden took it in as a Kevin De Bruyne role. You know, playing that more attacking midfield and trying to feed the pass through, or maybe have attempts on goal himself. I think he's wasted on that left wing, but either way, City on the ball with Rodri on the left-hand side, driving infield. Rodri's played well so far tonight. Plays it out wide to Zinchenko. Plays for Phil Foden, that looks to be offside, but just on bad looks of things, all the way out to João Cancelo on the right-hand side of the penalty box. Pulls it back, does a few turns, doesn't beat the first man, rebounds out to Fernandinho, can't control well. All the way back to Eric Garcia, heads it down and plays it all the way back to Ederson for safety. 25 minutes played, 0-0. Let's have a quick read through this. Christopher, geez, Ederson is crazy, no penalty. Well, Jane Chewin, no penalty, and yes, VAR is operating tonight. Well, if VAR are operating tonight, they need bloody glasses, because that first bit, he should have had a penalty in the 8th minute, without question. Malang Sarr got nothing of the ball and took all of Sterling down. It should have been a penalty in my view. Anybody who thinks it's not a penalty, please argue the toss. I'd love to know why you think that. But why VAR didn't pull that back. Porto looking on the attack there. Eric Garcia getting well, intercepting the ball. Hits Zinchenko, who finds Rodri. Ruben Diaz is out wide to João Cancelo. Crosses the field of play all the way to Zinchenko on the left-back position. So far in 26 minutes played, City have had 64% of the ball possession in the first 26 minutes. You can say as much as you want about possession stats. You can say as much as about passing stats, key passes and all that rubbish. It's that scoreline in the top left-hand corner that is the biggest statistic, and it's not in anybody's favour so far tonight. But remember though, Blues, a point is good enough for City to secure top spot tonight. So all's not lost. You know, a point's good for City really in realistic terms, you know, and then the last game, we don't have to worry about it. But we're through either way. But I think Guardiola want that top spot cementing tonight, especially against a team that could take it from them. Bernardo Silva on the left wing, plays it back to Zinchenko. City under pressure, and Rodri gives away the ball, and Porto almost breaking through there, but the pass is loose, and Rodri is able to win back possession for City. Here's Zinchenko with lots of space on the left, pulls it infield rather than attacking that space. Bernardo Silva running to his left, decides to play it, bring it infield, but eventually does play it out to Bernardo Silva further out on the left. Bernardo Silva looking to take on his man, but pulls it back to Eric Garcia. All City's outfield players well into Porto's half here, so we're very, very far forward. Eric Garcia plays the ball out to Zinchenko, who's in acres of space. Cross into the box. Phil Foden trying to get on the head, but cleared by the Porto defence. Fernandinho wins the clearance header. Zinchenko again with the cross in. Trying to see who that is that went down. Of course, it's Raheem Sterling. No foul, no penalty given, should I say. I apologise. I'm very tired tonight for some reason. Had a great night's sleep, but I think it's this game. It's a bit lacklustre, to be fair. It's Porto win back possession, and they're just passing it between themselves here. Just, I don't know what it is about tonight's game, Blues. There's just something clinical, but City have won a free kick here. About few yards outside the penalty box, put it that way, on the right-hand side. Fernandinho trying to get a touch in, taking the free kick quickly. Raheem Sterling plays the ball into the penalty box, cleared well by Porto. Quick free kick for City. No one really there to attack it other than Ferran Torres, but he was nowhere near that ball. But it is cleared for another City corner. 28 minutes and a half played. Remains 0-0. With City have a corner on the right-hand side here. Now that'll be Phil Foden. Short corner, Phil Foden driving into the penalty box, lays it off to João Cancelo. Well in, City players up there in attack, but it's cleared eventually by Porto, all the way to Raheem Sterling in the left-back position. Plays infield to Rodri. Ball cross forward, trying to find Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, what a take to keep the ball there from going out. But he's offside, and that's the story of tonight, Blues. You know, the passing has been loose, but when the passing's good, it seems to be offside. He was onside there, Bernardo Silva. That is a harsh call. He wasn't quite way onside there, but there's, like I said, going back to what I was saying, there's just something missing from tonight's game. I don't think it's the clinicalness. It's the chance creation, really. That there's literally very few chances happening, and when they do happen, they're very poor. I don't think there's really been a shot on target for City. There's now a Porto break. João Cancelo getting back, doing the very good defensive work, cutting out the attack there. Immediately, City on the break here, just loft it forward, and it finds a Porto defender. However, Mbemba has kicked it out. Phil Foden to take the throw in on the far side. 1-2 with Ferran Torres. Ball played all the way back to Eric Garcia with Ruben Diaz now. Plays it infield to Fernandinho. In fact, I put it this way. Rodri and Fernandinho have done very little in terms of... Well, no, I say that back. Fernandinho has done very little in terms of attacking for it. It's been more Rodri playing forward, which is interesting to see. It's normally the other way around. Ball crossed over. Trying to find Raheem Sterling. Cleared by the defender, but Raheem Sterling pressuring number 12 there of Porto, but is able to break away with the ball. Loose passes again by Porto, but they're able to clear it. City win back possession through Eric Garcia. Ball played all the way back to Ederson in goal. 30 minutes played, 0-0. Relatively boring game, it has to be said. Let's just have a look through the comments here. How's everyone doing? What's everyone else's thoughts on the game so far? Where do you think City need to improve? I personally think it's the chance creation. I think we can be clinical if the chances are right. We seem to be very quick to get rid of the ball in terms of driving it forward with very little threat. Some of the overballs that we've been doing have just been so poor. And we've been offside quite a few times so far this game. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side here. With João Cancelo further forward. But he does pick up the ball here, João Cancelo. Plays it infield to Bernardo Silva. Stops it from going out. Crosses in. The ball's in. Raheem Sterling can't get the shot away. He's almost cleared by the Porto defender. But Phil Foden wins it back. And the ball's played all the way back to the City defence. It was an attack from nothing, really. The ball played through by João Cancelo. Bernardo Silva keeps the ball well. João Cancelo gives the ball away. And now Porto on the attack on the left wing. Ruben Diaz played it off the Porto defender, out for a City throw-in. Good defending by Diaz, but the chance came from absolutely nothing. Bernardo Silva kept the ball in, played it, delightful cross, really. It fell to Raheem Sterling, tried to control it and hit it first time, but didn't work out that way. And Porto were able to briefly clear. Here comes City again, Zinchenko, Raheem Sterling. Played it all the way back to Eric Garcia. Phil Foden's got the ball on the left wing here. Plays it back to Zinchenko. Phil Foden again. Zinchenko again. Crosses the ball in to absolutely nobody. All the way to the keeper. There's so little happening in terms of chance creation. It's so poor. The referees... A player, right? I know games have been coming thick and fast. But a player for Porto has gone down with cramp in the 33rd minute. Now, unless he's been playing a hell of a lot of games recently... And I mean a hell of a lot of games. If you've got cramp in the 33rd minute, you're not fit to play the game. So whether Porto are really struggling in terms of the amount of players they've got in their squad remains to be seen. But a player has gone down with cramp in the 33rd minute. But here's the chance again. Bernardo Silva, left-footed, keeper parries it away, only out to Raheem Sterling, who just can't control it, and it's blocked by the defender. But yeah, Blues, what's everyone's thoughts on where does City need to improve? What's not happening? For me, chance creation, without a doubt. But what for you is not happening? Where does City need to improve? What have City been struggling with? And who's the best player so far for City? I think there's only two players that really stand out so far that are doing well, and that's Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. But they're attacking midfielders and not creating enough chances for me. Of course, we've got a lot of attacking talent on the bench in terms of Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus. You know, we've got players that can completely change that dynamic. And remember, we've got 5 substitutions in the Champions League, so we can make a whole host of changes to turn this game around. But maybe Guardiola might not risk that. You know, it's a point is enough to secure top spot for us. So maybe he might just be playing for that point. I don't want to see that personally as a City fan, but I'd still be happy with that because it's a point and it secures that top spot, and we can just play. Well, we can play poor football in the final game, and it won't matter much, you know. But Porto take the goal kick. Fans number 17, who's controlling the ball, is atrocious, and gives the ball back to City. Not complaining, of course, but you know, it puts into context. You know, we've had 232 passes to Porto's 92 so far in the opening 35 minutes. Ball played over the top. Raheem Sterling, one-on-one, can't get the shot away, and it goes out for a City corner again. The ball played over the top to Raheem Sterling. It bounces a couple of times. He almost gets a touch. I think he did just get a nick slightly. No, he got no touch of the ball. Chancellor Mbemba Sarr was able to clear the ball out for a corner kick to City on the near side. No doubt it's going to be another short corner. No, it isn't. It's going to be crossed in by Phil Foden. Very deep. Eric Garcia can't get there. Goes all the way out to Raheem Sterling on the far side. Leaves one man for dead. Takes a shot. Oh, almost into the back of the net, but cleared off the line by the Porto defender. It was on target, that. Phil Foden out with a cross in from the left. Ball played all the way back to Zinchenko. Ruben Diaz. And now Eric Garcia, Bernardo Silva, should I say, really, who's playing more centre back now. It's frustrating because we are not necessarily creating chances. We have the ability to do it. The play is there. We are doing half of the chances, but we're not just clinical with the finishing. We're just not clinical with the creation of chances, really. They seem to be loose. Zinchenko's giving the ball away. You know, we're talking about a poor Porto side who can't keep the ball, and we still can't do anything with it. Bernardo Silva driving into the penalty box, plays it out wide to João Cancelo. He does go down. He's looking for a penalty. The referee says no. Goes out for a throw-in to Porto midway through their half on the near side. Just seen a replay here. Nah, Bernardo Silva kicked the defender off the Porto defender and goes down, so no penalty. Ball thrown by Porto. Immediately giving the ball back to Manchester City. Fernandinho, Zinchenko, centre of the park. Drives a shot well wide by Zinchenko. Midway in the half of Porto. There's something missing. I know I've said that numerous times tonight so far. But there's so many things that are missing. I don't think there's one clear-cut reason why. You know, we're seeing a lot of the ball, but we're just not clinical. But yeah, of course, Raheem Sterling had a shot, and it was cleared off the line by Chancellor Mbemba, I think his name was, or Taiwo, whatever his name is. It's a frustrating game. You know, I know there's only 4 players that retained their position in the starting lineup from the game against Burnley. But the players that replaced those players are still good enough to put City give the ball away here to Porto. They're on the attack now, Porto. 25 in the centre of the park. Number 27 is going to drive a shot well wide. We'll have them all night. But City giving the ball away cheaply by João Cancelo there. He does put his hand up and apologises to his players. Number 27 is just driven a shot and it's well wide. Poor shot, but yeah, let's have a quick look at the comments. Christophe Shakhtar beat Real Madrid 2-0. Blimey. The Spanish teams are in a bit of a chance at the moment, aren't they? Now, Krista, it should be mandatory for all refs to be pulled back and look at those situations like the one with Sterling. Situations like that means VAR so amateur, makes VAR so amateur. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Toby Lee, Sarr looks decent. He's been on form for them tonight. Maybe that's the main reason why City haven't been able to be on top, so to speak. You know, their defender Sarr has played very well. He's got a couple of nicks in terms of cutting out possession for City and winning the ball back for Porto and kicking out of play for the corners we've had. And I suppose his attacking teammates aren't really doing him justice for the defensive work he's doing at holding City at bay. As number 17 for Porto goes down, he's been shot here. Fernandinho, the culprit. Gotta love big Mandino, aren't you? Getting back into the challenges. You've seen the replay here. Ooh, yeah. On a cold night, well, actually, no, it's in Portugal, and it shouldn't be a cold night. Fernandinho goes in, wins back the ball, but his arm's high. He does go in with the elbow and knocks his elbow in the face of number 17. If VAR is fully operational tonight, I think they might look at that, but I don't think anything will come of it. Fernandinho's protesting his innocence. I think he knows full well what he just did then, because it was a high elbow to number 17's face. It's a traditional Fernandinho / Nigel de Jong type challenge, basically. Won the ball, but still fouls the man. Here's Bernardo Silva driving at the Porto defence now, taking it on his own. Go on, son. Taken down by the Porto defender, wins a free kick outside the penalty box on the left-hand side. Direct free kick position. I hope someone's going to have a shot rather than try and cross it in, because every time we've got a set piece so far, it's been so poor. Ruben Diaz complaining here. I think he's asking for a yellow card for the number 25. No attempt to win the ball. He just takes down Bernardo Silva. That's a kick out more than anything. I think Otavio, what his name is, just seeing the replay here. Oh, Fernandinho cleared the ball, but number 8, Matthias, just goes in. It's one of them. City had the ball, so, you know, the advantage was played, but I think City are protesting why the referee didn't bring it back for a yellow card for that Matthias, number 8. Little in it, but either way, City have a free kick here outside the penalty box. Zinchenko going to take. Doesn't look like it's going to be driven. Crossed in deep. Porto clear. I think it was Ruben Diaz that got there to the head. No, sorry, Rodri was there to the head, but he headed it straight to a Porto man, and it was cleared by Porto. But City still have possession again. 42 minutes and a half played, still 0-0. City ending the half a bit more attackive, but we'll say that. We'll keep giving the ball away here cheaply. We've won it back. Zinchenko on the left again. Plays it further out to Ferran Torres, who's been non-existent this half. Ferran Torres. Zinchenko with the ball in. Almost finds its way to Raheem Sterling. Porto clear again. Only as far as Rodri, who wins back possession for City. Ferran Torres with the shot. Oh, almost on target. Over the bar. Did the keeper get a touch there? I tell you what, I said Ferran Torres has been quiet so far this game. Just seen a replay. Driven shot with his right foot. Well over the bar, actually. Well over the keeper. But yeah, Zinchenko's cross almost. It was the last man for Porto. If he wasn't going to get there, it was going to go to Raheem Sterling. He just had to knock it into the back of the net. Porto take the goal kick. Short here. Play the ball forward to number 11. He's under pressure from Zinchenko. Rebounds it off Zinchenko, but Porto retain possession. Play it infield. Lose the ball. Raheem Sterling. City driving in numbers here. Raheem Sterling driving into the play box. Goes down. Looking for the free kick, but Ferran Torres keeps holding the ball. Tries to play it through. Bernardo Silva picks up the loose possession. Rodri, edge of the box. Tries a shot. Doesn't beat the first man. Blocked. Cleared by Porto again. 44 minutes played, 1 minute of normal time remaining, probably about a minute of added time to play in this first half. 0-0. Ball with Eric Garcia on the left-hand side. Has it more direct to Zinchenko further up the field. Fernandinho and Phil Foden playing a nice 1-2. Phil Foden played through here by Zinchenko. Drives the ball in, no one there. Need a terrier-like player, but the Porto defender wasn't to know if anybody was running behind him, which it was really. Raheem Sterling was there, and it's cleared out for another City corner. 30 seconds of normal time to play. City corner on the far side. Phil Foden to take again. Hasn't really worked out for Phil Foden taking corner so far. I think it should really be changed for someone else. He's going to take it long here. Standing over the ball. Ball crossed in. Much better. Fernandinho takes a shot. Rebounded off the Porto defender. Out to Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side. Brings it infield to João Cancelo, who's going to play more centrally. Looking for that forward ball. Gives possession away for City to Porto. And now Porto on the attack. 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes? Where the hell has this referee got 3 minutes of added time from? Oh, the play went down with cramp, didn't he? Of course. But yes, City give away a free kick here now as well. Pep saying, what the hell was that for? 3 minutes of added time. Blimey. Well, 1 minute of that's already been played, and Porto have a free kick midway through City's half. If we concede here, I wouldn't want to be in that dressing room, really. Number 27 for Porto, standing over the ball. City holding a very high line in defence. Ruben Diaz pushed all over here by Mbemba. Very, very high line for City. Take quite a cheeky free kick. Left wing. Ball crossed in deep. Finds number 12 on the left-hand side. Tries to chip. He does get it into the penalty box. But Porto can't claim the ball. They do now. Back out to the left. Dummies the kick. plays it infield. Ruben Diaz clears the ball well for City, but Porto retain possession. Ruben Diaz again heading the ball away, and here's Rodri on the ball. Plays out wide to Bernardo Silva. Now City start the attack. Plays an instant ball forward, not in the same wavelength as Ferran Torres, and it goes all the way through to Porto's goalkeeper. I can see a second half-time substitution on the way. I'd get Jesus on. We are lacking something up front in terms of energy, rather than chances and a shot. Just that energy. The balls forward have just been so poor, and nobody's really making the runs. It's prime Gabriel Jesus game, this. Absolutely prime Gabriel Jesus game. And it's crying out for him, in my view. In fact, to be fair, it's crying out for Riyad Mahrez. Looking for someone who, with a bit of flair, can take on the defenders and have a pop. I know a lot of people would bat against that, but I'd bring Riyad Mahrez on and Gabriel Jesus half-time, really. It's been so poor for City in terms of attacking ability. Winning the ball back for City's been great. Can't take anything away from how poor Porto have been in possession. 15 seconds left of normal time, of added time. City just knocking it between Ruben Diaz, Eric Garcia and Alexander Zinchenko. Phil Foden plays it back to Zinchenko, plays it back to Eric Garcia. You might as well blow your half-time whistle, ref. And he does just that. Poor, really, really poor first half there for Blues. For the Blues, should I say. 0-0 at half-time. The point is enough for us to secure top spot, but I'd like to see a little bit more. I don't think, judging from the way Pep's been walking the touchline and getting so aggravated with his players, it's not what he wants. Not what he wants at all so far. He wants City to be a bit more direct and a bit more clinical, and we're not being. We've been very poor, in fact. Like I said, credit to City in terms of winning the ball back. We have pressed very well, but Porto have been poor on the ball. You know, I think as much as City have won the ball back, Porto have gifted the ball to us. But at the same time, City have quite likewise gifted the ball back to Porto as well. Like I said, the goalkeepers had so many goal kicks. You know, the defenders are able to clear well. Malang Sarr, the centre-back for Porto's, played very well, keeping City's attack at bay. We're missing that attacking, energetic spark up front in terms of a Jesus or Riyad Mahrez. I'd bring one of them two on at half-time. We've got 5 substitutions. It can't hurt. I'd get Ferran Torres or Raheem Sterling off. They're the two players that haven't really offered much. Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden doing a lot of running. Rodri and Fernandinho doing okay. In fact, I'd probably take one of them off. Porto being very lacklustre in terms of attack. So maybe just having one defensive midfielder on and bringing another attacker on might help City find that ball forward. So maybe that's where the key to unlocking the goal fest that City really want. Maybe that's where it lacks. You know, having those two defensive midfielders, City haven't got that many attacking options. You know, we've got our fullbacks treading more further forward than most of our wingers so far this game. So a lot of changes needed. For once, I don't think Pep's going to hold back on those changes. I think there will be early substitutions, maybe not half-time substitutions, but early enough to make a difference. But I hope they do come, because I'd be lying if I said that this game is like me talking. This game, so boring. To sum the game up, it is like my voice. It's so boring, so boring. Yeah, let me know, Blues. What's your thoughts on that first half? What needs to improve? Who's been the standout players? I want to get your thoughts on Eric Garcia. He's given the ball away a couple of times tonight. I'm not singling him out just for that. A lot of City players are giving the ball away tonight. But, of course, Eric Garcia under a lot more scrutiny from us City fans because he wants to leave. And, of course, a lot of us wouldn't want to see him in that starting lineup tonight. What's your thoughts on the two defensive midfielders playing in terms of Rodri and Fernandinho? Are both of those two playing hindering the other? You know, Rodri's playing more attacking than Fernandinho. Normally it's the other way around. You know, we like to see Rodri holding back. Fernandinho is more known for winning the ball back and then pushing forward. So that's something I'd like to see changed. Our wingers, in terms of Phil Foden, Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva, and Raheem Sterling, how do you think they're feeling? What's your thoughts on the game for them? Basically, we've not got an out-and-out striker on that pitch. Jesus, I know some would argue, is not an out-and-out striker, but he is a striker at the moment. He's our only striker at the moment. And I think he needs to come on just to bag us a goal or two. You know, the game is there for the taking. If we change the tactics, change a bit of personnel up front, the game is there for the taking. Porto are offering literally nothing in terms of attack, and when they do, it's poor. So the game is there for the taking. It just needs to be taken. So yeah, keep your comments, Blues. I'll go through them now. It's been a while since I've gone through them. Sorry. Christophons, Foden looks good. I still hope this team gets 90 mins. Let our stars rest. We need to be more clinical on the few chances we'll get. 3-1. Christophon's like this. I'm hoping for 1-0. Chris has also said a boring 45 minutes. And he's also said he agrees with me in terms of bringing Mahrez on for a game changer. I do think Mahrez could do something. Ryan Askew, that phone is doing my head in. Wish someone would answer it. Phone? I wonder. Tom Brunt, for those who don't know, we're trying something out. Tom Brunt has left his Zoom chat live, so I was able, because I can't do it via my laptop, so I'm doing it through his computer on his screen, so he's had to leave his on. So I do apologise if he's got a phone in his office or in his city station that is ringing. That's not me, if that's what you're referring to, Ryan. I do apologise for that. Hopefully Tom's watching this and he might be able to turn it off for me if he is watching. Matt Jewett, how you doing, pal? Distinctly average is the way he summed up that first half, and I cannot disagree with him. In fact, I can actually. Distinctively poor. I don't think there's really average about it. It has just been so poor. Boring. It's just nothing really there, you know. It's one of them where you can actually say it's a City performance you've not seen in a while. You know, we're playing well in terms of winning the ball back. The press is there. The attacking mentality is there. But nothing is happening. It's a weird one. I don't know really, other than the way I've just said that, a way of describing the game for those who are just listening to me. It's, you know, we've had that one chance with Raheem Sterling with a shot cleared off the line, but other than that, there's nothing there really, Blues. Nothing there at all. Joe Davies, how you doing, pal? We're playing well. I think they're defending well. Yeah, like I said, the defending's there, the press is there, the ball retention's there. There's no spark up front. No spark up front. Jesus and Mahrez can probably bring that. I know Mahrez will probably get more corners and decent shots, but it'll be a hell of a lot more attacking than what's on the pitch currently. Just seen a replay of the foul on Sterling in the penalty box. For me, it should have been a penalty. The more I see it, the more I'm sure it's a penalty. Every time. It should have been a penalty to City in the 8th minute, but VAR. Lorraine! Oh, it's the first time I've seen you comment, Lorraine. How are you doing? For those who don't know, Lorraine is probably the most positive person we have on the page. When we were getting battered by Spurs the other week, Lorraine was the only one on that whole feed that said we could bring it back. Of course, we didn't. And eventually, when the full-time whistle went, a lot of us were all down the dumps. Lorraine's first comment on the thing was, hopefully, Man United will lose. Love that confidence. Love that positivity, even on a really poor day. How are you doing, Lorraine? And Lorraine says, Derek said City will win the Champions League. Based on the previous performances, maybe. Based on tonight's performance, no. It's been very lacklustre, Lorraine. Very lacklustre. Jane, here we go. City having a bit of a kickabout, but going nowhere. Even when we get the ball in the penalty box, don't seem to be able to get through the wall of Porto players. Need something with a bit of fizz, and I'm not talking Prosecco. I don't blame you, Jane. I really don't blame you if you went to go get some Prosecco. I mean, I'm on the Dr. Pepper because I'm doing a live. Knowing me, most people struggle to understand me talking as it is, so drinking booze isn't going to help me. But if you drinking Prosecco brings a bit of fizz and spark to City, please get absolutely hammered. Please, because yeah, we are lacking that fizz at the top. That kick, just something up front. We are lacking it. Ryan, oh, it's on BT Sport, is it? I've got the sound off, mate. Unfortunately, thank God by the sounds of it. If someone's phone keeps ringing, Joe Davis, it's live coverage on a BT phone. It's well annoying. I tell you what, I'll. No, I won't actually. I was going to do something, no matter. But, well, I can't apologise for BT. Suppose that's why you're listening to me. Unlucky you, few. Shirley Hibbert, how are you doing? Bernardo is playing fantastic. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. No, I do agree there. Bernardo has been doing a lot of effort. Him and Phil Foden have been working their backsides off in that first half. But the whole team in general, in terms of attacking, it's just not there. But no, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden so far have been City standout players. But again, it comes down to Porto being poor, and we just haven't got a goal. You know, if it was 1-0, I'd be okay and I'd be happy with that. We've been winning, and it's one goal, but there's no spark. To James' point, no fizz, nothing up front clinical enough. You know, the chances when we do have them, they've been poor, they've been tame. So fingers crossed that changes. Lorraine, see, this is what I was talking about with Lorraine. I'm trying to stay positive in saying if we change it, the game's there for the taking. It's been a poor first half. Lorraine's not taking those negatives. First thing Lorraine says, Man United will get beaten tomorrow. I love you, Lorraine. Absolutely love you. But yeah, keep your comments coming, Blues. Let me know what you think. Who wants to see Doyle play tonight? You know, if we do nick a goal or two in the second half early on, does Doyle get a few more minutes? He's playing very well in the EDS team. Got a goal against Liverpool, and that's 7-2 thrashing. Was it 7-2 or 7-1? If it's 7-2, that's twice, I think, a Liverpool team, both reserve, youth and senior, have been beaten 7-2 this year, if I'm not mistaken. Hard to forget a scoreline like that if it did happen. Brunado is a workhorse. He's everywhere. Absolutely, Ryan. He is. Him and Foden have been everywhere on that pitch tonight. I think Rodri deserves a bit of a shout out as well. He's been all over the pitch, it has to be said, in a good way. He's winning headers. He's winning interceptions. You know, he's doing a lot of the Fernandinho traits. He's even getting the ball more forward than Fernandinho. He seems to be a lot of places, Rodri. But, of course, he's a defensive midfielder who would rather that all be in the attacking threat. But hey, there's still 45 minutes to play. Still a chance for City to make some changes from Pep. I'm hoping one of them's at half time, maybe for Gabriel Jesus, fingers crossed. And hopefully we can nick an early second half goal and get the game going. I think as soon as we score that first goal, I think it'll be free flowing. Once we get that goal in front, if it does come, we'll be free flowing. I think we'll see 3 or 4. If we get an early second half goal, just need to find that early second half goal, or a goal for that matter. Yeah, Lorraine wants to see Tommy Doyle. I'm sure a lot of us do. I mean, it's nice to see Doyle on a bench. He's the only, other than Phil Foden, of course, youth academy product of this season on the bench. There seems to be very few, but here's some of the other score lines. Atletico Madrid are beaten Bayern Munich 1-0 at half-time. Shakhtar have won 2-0. Salzburg winning 3-1. Liverpool, Ajax currently 0-0. City 0-0. The other game in our group, Marseille are losing 1-0 to Olympiacos at half-time. Atalanta are losing 1-0 to Midtjylland, I hope you pronounce their name. Mönchengladbach and Inter Milan is 1-1. Of course, we're not interested in any of them scorelines, maybe by our own in the group, but to be fair, the group's in our hands. We just need to beat Porto, really, or a point. Reminder, a point is enough for us to claim top spot and keep that, even going into the final game of the Champions League group stages. So if it remains 0-0, I'd still be happy because we've topped the group and with a game to spare. But of course, like I said, we are through. But we're City fans. We want to see a win no matter what the game, do we? You know, every game's important no matter who it is and what the situation is around the game. The players are just coming back out on the pitch now. Bad looks things, no changes. If this is another game where Pep doesn't make a change to the 70th minute, regarding the fact that we've got 5 substitutions and something that he's called for, you know, I don't think it will be, because Pep's cut a very frustrated figure on that touchline. He wants to see more from his players, and he's not getting that from the select players. But yeah, no changes. Bad looks things for the second half. Hopefully, nick an early goal. Steve Browning, we are looking okay. Torres looks dangerous. That's where I have to disagree with you, mate. Other than that shot from Torres, I think he's been really quiet. Really quiet. There's been literally nothing from him, in my personal opinion. Even his shot was, you know, okay shot from how far he was out, but it still went way over the bar. It needs to waken up a little bit for me, personally. They all do. I can't pin it on Torres solely, but fingers crossed, and here's hoping for a much better second half. Come on, City. Oh, just a quick shout out, a couple of quick shout outs before the second half begins. Don't forget to join admin Chris Laney for another one of controversial Breakfast with Laney's at half 8. Oh, my neck will kill me if I say wake up at half 8 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning. Remember, he always asks you to bring your bacon sarnies and a cup of coffee, because you do need it when he's talking. It's a lot easier to understand and get on with and listen to than me, of course, but you know, his shows are always good. Obviously, keep your comments coming for that. Try and give him some tricky questions. He seems to get very easy questions, and I don't kind of like it. He seems to get let off easy despite the amount of abuse he gives everyone else. I think it's about time everyone started giving him some abuse. He seems to get away with it quite well. So, yeah, drop a few comments in his live tomorrow. Breakfast with Laney at 9:30. And, yeah, hopefully he'll see you all there. Game kicked off. Christophons, get that Burnley energy going. That's my Burnley energy for this game, Christoph. You know, mate, I said to you in the pre-match, about an hour and a half before kick-off, I was a hell of a lot more confident than I was last night. I predicted a 2-0 City loss. Then I went for a 1-1 draw, and then my final score was 3-0 City. I would give anything now for a score draw. I'd obviously prefer a win, you know, but my second choice was a score draw. I'd give anything for that now if it means City score. It's just been so boring, this game. So boring. I'll tell you what, no, I'll take you up on that. I'll treat it like it was Burnley. Every time we get the ball, I'll treat it like it was Burnley, Crystal. Just for you, pal. Just for you. Porto with the ball here. Throw-in taken very well. Out on the left wing. Porto give the ball away. City come away with the ball. Played all the way back to our defence. And City cleared the ball. I can't do it, mate. I can't do it. Oh, take that back. Bernardo Silva breaking through on the right here. Porto clear it. Out for a City throw-in on the far side. Diego Leita kicks it out of play. Bernardo Silva was going to break through if he didn't get there, to be fair. He went down long before Bernardo Silva got the ball. Played back to the heart of the City defence with Eric Garcia and Ruben Diaz. Fullbacks are Zinchenko and Cancelo, with two holding midfielders of Rodri and Fernandinho, with an attacking line of Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling, with, of course, Ederson, our left-back, in goal. Jenny, you've just logged on. I'm a veggie. You're a veggie? Have I said something I've not picked up on that? Where's that come from, Jenny? Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. Almost finds the player. Oh, João Cancelo's broken through in the penalty box here. Pulls it back, leaves the player for dead, but instantly plays it back to the number 8. Porto clear it. Another Porto player's down here again, holding his right leg. Since I've gone down from some challenge, he's up and limping, but he is up. Nice sportsmanship by Rodri, checking the play was okay before carrying on play. Zinchenko with the ball driven in all the way to the goalkeeper. Krista, I am trying so hard to be so energetic. So energetic. But when you've got crosses like that from Zinchenko, all the way to the keeper, no threat whatsoever, tame. Even if it was a cross that met a City player, it was so tame. It's hard to do it, mate. It really is. But now Porto on the attack here. That one of their players goes down on the challenge. City win back the ball. Here's Zinchenko now. Almost gives the ball away. Rodri using his strength well. Playing it to Zinchenko. Plays it back to Rodri under pressure. And Eric Garcia just clears the ball for City. Porto head it back more towards City's goal, but it only goes out for a throw-in on the near side midway through City's half. Interesting start to the second half. City Dave, Rodri is an absolute unit, isn't he? Absolutely. He's played well tonight as Rodri. He's played very well. Christopher's, at least you switch on more than Pep. You're laughing now. Good try, buddy. I'll keep trying. Jenny, sorry, you said Laney Breakfast Show with Bacon. Of course I did. Sorry, Jenny. Yeah, this game's sending me to sleep. I know I'm sending a lot of you to sleep, but I'm trying my hardest. As Zinchenko breaks through into the penalty box, left wing. Tries to pull the ball back into the centre of the park and finds absolutely freaking nobody. Phil Foden win back possession here, trying to drive in the penalty box. He does. Pulls it back to absolutely flipping nobody. And do you know what? Porto have got the ball. They play it forward. And their player finds the ball. Their player keeps it in the penalty box. Pulls it back. Still on the ball, Porto. Number 27. Going to try for a shot. All on target. Their first direct shot on target. Ederson's able to claim it well. Did brush off Ruben Diaz, but not enough to put the ball off. And it does go out to it goes all the way to Ederson, who does catch it. But Porto looking more threatening there. City Dave cutting the ball back over and over again. I pray for a big striker so we can get the ball into the box. I do too, mate, but we're not putting the ball in the box. Well, we are putting the ball in the box, but it's going all the way to the bloody goalkeeper. Or, to what I was saying before, absolutely bloody nobody. It's all right, Jenny. Rodri doing the trademark non-English player. I've done something wrong. I know I have, but please don't do it. How have I given the ball away? How have I given the foul away? And he gets a booking. So Rodri, giving him all the praise. He gives the foul away. Oh, there wasn't really much in that. Kept his arm up. The Porto player ran, really, onto his arm. There was no lash back by Rodri with his arm. Nothing like that. He just literally had his arm out. The Porto player ran into it. Yeah, that shouldn't have been a foul, let alone a yellow card. Even... For those who aren't watching the game, Their player is still going like it's like he's crying. He's looking at the referee like going, "Have I got the foul? Have I got the foul? Ow, ow. Have I got the foul?" Like that. Rodri, when he's talking to the ref, he saw the ref going for his yellow card, and Rodri just went like that. He couldn't believe it. And to be fair, pal, I can't believe it. 52 minutes played. The scoreline remains an absolutely exhilarating, amazing, absolutely grand slam exciting 0-0. Phil Foden trying to break through on the left. Doesn't win the throw-in. It is a Porto throw-in. Pep, make a change. Make a change. Please, please, just make a change. Bring Scott Carson on, stick him in goal, and put Ederson up front. Some unit up front that has just got absolute beast mode and try and nick a goal. Porto on the ball, play it across field on the far side. Looking to drive the ball forward. Fernandinho wins back possession for City. Here's Bernardo Silva, plays the ball forward to Raheem Sterling. Fernandinho plays it to Ferran Torres, goes down, and City win a free kick. Here you go, Krista. Free kick to City outside the penalty box. Ferran Torres looking a bit of discomfort from that challenge, but he's going to be okay. Porto player did kick him in the shin. It does look quite painful, to be fair. That immediate impact pain. He'll be fine to carry on, though, no doubt. City free kick on the edge of the penalty box. More direct. Well, I say the edge of the penalty box. There's quite a few yards out, actually. But you know it's going to be just a lofted ball in rather than someone having a shot. If it finds a City player, I'd be absolutely ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic if it finds a City player. Hey, Krista, it's not fake enthusiasm, it's real. Absolutely real. 29 metres away from the goal, so not outside the penalty box. I was completely, utterly, absolutely shite in calling that. But Zinchenko's set to take that again. Complaining with Rodri by the looks of things about not taking it. I'm not sure what the hell they're on about. Just take the free kick, son. Zinchenko, left-footed, driven! Oh, it was on target. Easy one for the keeper, but it's a shot. It's on target. That's all I care about. A bit of excitement. Get in, Zinchenko, lad. Fernandinho's given the ball away to Porto. And they've still got the ball. With number 27 trying to break in. Pulls it back. All the way back to their defence. They've still got the ball here, Porto. Playing it out to the left wing. Pulls it back. Pulls it even further back to their left-back position. Drives infield to the number 8. Pulls it back to their defender. Number 18. Drives it infield. Pulls it back to the defender. City pressing, but Phil Foden eventually wins back the ball. Porto keep the ball. Phil Foden gives away possession. Porto now on the ball under a lot of pressures. Zinchenko trying to win back possession, and Rodri wins back the ball. Fernandinho plays a forward ball to Raheem Sterling. Bernardo Silva driving at the Porto defence, finds a great ball through to Phil Foden. Can't get to it, and it goes out for a throw-in to Porto on the near side, midway through Porto's half. Bernardo Silva kicking off about something. Seen a replay here. He was pulled back slightly. In fact, oh, that dirty Porto player pushed Bernardo Silva into one of their players. Quite rightly be a bit peed off of that. 55.5 minutes played. 0-0 in a very exciting game. Absolutely end-to-end. Shots galore. Ball lofted forward by City to absolutely flipping nobody. Porto come away with the ball. Play it back to their defence. 1-2 with their two defenders. Play it all the way back to the keeper, who's more than likely going to lob it forward. He does just that. Zinchenko wins the head. Phil Foden also wins the head, but can't retain possession for City. Ball played back all the way to Porto's goalkeeper, who just clears it again. Porto player does get the first touch on the ball, but Fernandinho gets a touch to it. João Cancelo keeps the ball, plays it to Bernardo Silva, who gives away possession to Porto. Porto looking a bit more threatening in this game. They've won a free kick here, Porto, under a challenge from Raheem Sterling, of all challenges. It's a bit more exciting. I'm not going to lie. It is a bit more exciting, but not in the right way. But then again, I can't complain. I just asked for excitement. So a couple of free kicks here for both sides. Porto set to take theirs in the 57th minute. The frustration in your voices is real, at least. Oh, it's not frustration, it's enthusiasm. I'm so excited about this second half. First half is something to build on. Porto play a deep ball forward. Crossed in. Cleared away by Rodri. Phil Foden eventually clears the ball well out of the penalty box. All the way out for a throw-in on the halfway line to Porto in the near side and close to the dugouts. Pep Guardiola being a bit more demanding of his players here. About time. Well, actually, to be fair to Pep, he has been a bit more demanding throughout the whole game so far, and he has every right to be. And it is a free kick again to Porto. A foul by Fernandinho on number 19, Mbemba, is it? Their manager calling for a red card, a suspension for 20-odd games. By the looks of that. Nothing really in that. Zinchenko heads the ball clear from their free kick. He's also blocking off the player for Eric Garcia to get in and clear it. Phil Foden just trying to head the ball on. He's managed to somehow find the ball, plays a beautiful ball forward. If Raheem Sterling can get there, he does. Raheem Sterling one-on-one with the keeper. Hits the ball straight to keeper. Ferran Torres, he doesn't get the shot away. He falls down before. Oh, for God's sake, what do we have to do for a bloody goal? Raheem Sterling was one-on-one with the keeper, takes the shot. Right at the heart of the keeper. The keeper just needs to stay still, basically, and it cannons off the keeper to Ferran Torres, takes a touch. Seems to take a day and a half to even think about taking the shot, and when he does, he's already fallen on his backside before he can take the shot. Porto able to clear it. City on the right-hand side now with Bernardo Silva. Fernandinho plays a beautiful ball forward to Raheem Sterling, can play it infield. What the was that? What the was that? Raheem Sterling played beautifully played through by Raheem Sterling from Fernandinho. Just seen a replay from Ferran Torres just goes down before he's able to take the shot. Raheem Sterling's on the right wing. I don't know if you can call it a cross. He just literally kicks the ball, goes over everyone. Not even a cross, not even a shot, just literally nothing from it. Just boots the ball anywhere. Wasted opportunity there by Raheem Sterling. Get him off the pitch, Pep. Get him off the pitch, ref. You can tell how poor the game is for City. I'm calling the referee to take City players off. Might make them wake up a little bit, but 60 minutes played, no changes. A very, very poor City game so far. I mean, very exciting game so far. Their keeper is down. I'm not 100% sure why. Let's just have a quick read through the comments. Nat, you need to take a chill pill, mate. I'm trying to be exciting. Trying to be enthusiastic, mate. Being a bit... comes to absolutely nothing. If I'd be a bit more excited like I was against with the Burnley game, who knows, a goal might come. Jeez, if I'm excited now, imagine if a goal does come, I'll be shooting through the roof. Porto take their throw in through their defence, just clear it as far as one of their players, as it seems. Number 17, who's played well for them, goes down. And it is a free kick. Eric Garcia giving away the free kick to Porto. Another free kick, sloppily given away by City. Midway in our half. What was a free kick, really, to be fair. It was clumsy by Eric Garcia. He didn't do very good defending there. Quick free kick by Porto by the looks of things, because by the time the camera panned out, City had the ball. And City do have a throw-in on the near side midway through our half now. In fact, no, I think it was a foul. Phil Foden challenged by number 8, and he goes down. So I think City have got a free kick. There is a change. There is finally a substitution for Porto. "61 minutes played. 0-0. Bernardo Silva, who looks absolutely knackered, plays the ball forward to João Cancelo, who pulls it back to Ruben Diaz. Plays it infield to Fernandinho. Plays it back to Ruben Diaz. Plays it out to Eric Garcia. Crosses the field of play to Fernandinho on the right-hand side. Driving forward. Plays a beautiful ball forward. If you can find Phil Foden. He does find Phil Foden. Phil Foden's touch was pretty poor. And it goes out for a goal kick. But just... I don't know. Make a change, Pep, please. Make a change. Needs to make a change. Needs to make a change. Jenny, I originally said 3-1 City. I've changed my mind now. I don't blame you. I said 3-0 eventually. I kind of wish I stayed with 2-0 Porto. Might not have kick up the backsides of City. Maybe, of course, they listen to me, don't they? Hopefully score a goal. But come on, City! I know a draw is good enough for us to top the group, but I want to see a win. I want to keep that momentum going from Burnley. 28 minutes left to play, plus added time, 0-0. Neither team looking like they're going to score, really. But again, 5 substitutions you can make in a Champions League. 62, 63 minutes played, and Pep's not made a single one. Kevin De Bruyne is warming up. Make that as you will. I did say we need to create more chances, but we're going to have to make a couple of changes, really. Jenny, I won't repeat that comment, Jenny. I think nothing can make this game worse than hearing that. For those Nat, is 4-1 being a bit optimistic? No, I like the enthusiasm. I really, in fact, I love the enthusiasm. I just wish they'd return that favour for you. As Phil Foden crosses the ball in, finds absolutely no one, cleared by Porto. No foul given by for Porto there. Bernardo Silva takes the short rebounds off the first defender. City keep possession. Zinchenko on the near side here on the left wing. Thought about playing it in first time. Phil Foden pulls it back to Zinchenko. Raheem Sterling driving infield into the penalty box. 1-2 Ferran Torres. Raheem Sterling. Ferran Torres with the shot. Rebound cannons off the defender. Goalkeeper acrobatically clears the ball. Only as far as Zinchenko keeps the ball in play and only just keeps possession. Rodri. Ruben Diaz. Plays it out wide to João Cancelo. Pulls it back to Diaz. Fernandinho. Plays it to Rodri. Look for that forward ball to Zinchenko. Does find Zinchenko. Plays infield to Phil Foden. Phil Foden brings it back to Zinchenko. Plays it immediately to Rodri. Crossed in. Bernardo Silva gets a touch. Keeps it in play. And it is a foul by João Cancelo. And Porto have a free kick. Close to the corner flag. Well into their half. Yeah. Jenny, I was getting excited then. Yep, Jenny, I want to see a sub too. I really do. There needs to be a substitution, Pep, please. The thing is, I don't even think Pep is playing for the draw here. It's been so animated, this game. That City give away another free kick on the halfway line. A lot of players are going to be treading carefully here. A couple of them are on yellow cards. Rodri is one of them. I'm pretty sure another player is on a yellow card. Is it Ruben Diaz? 25 minutes left plus added time. 0-0. Left back for Porto's control of the ball from the goalkeeper. Goes all the way out for a throw into City. In which Bernardo Silva takes. Bernardo Silva looks absolutely knackered. I can't blame him. He's run his socks off tonight, but just nothing's really coming off for him. Did well to keep the ball in play twice now, and every time City give away a free kick from another player. Here's Ruben Diaz on the halfway line. Crossing the field of play to Eric Garcia. Finds Zinchenko in the left wing position. Cross by Zinchenko. Doesn't beat the first man that goes out for a corner, I believe. It was tight. It was either corner or throw-in. I think it just came out for a corner, in which corner. Phil Foden to take again. I'd get Phil Foden off corners right now. He's had multiple chances at corners and none of them have come off. Maybe something different. Maybe a bit more of a driven corner rather than a lofted one. We haven't got any tall strikers. And playing it short's not worked out so far. Get it driven. Ruben Diaz is there. Actually, a good corner by Phil Foden. Instantly finds Porto player. Raheem Sterling cuts it in. Left shot. Left-footed shot, should I say. Rebounds off a City player and cleared by the Porto defence. As far as Ferran Torres is playing right back, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side. João Cancelo, sorry, goes in for a throw-in on the far side to Porto. Porto pressing here, trying to play that ball forward, doesn't find anyone, rolls gracefully into the arms of Ederson in goal. Immediately throws it out to João Cancelo on the right. Ruben Diaz to Fernandinho in midfield, under pressure. That was a foul, that should be a yellow card, referee. Marega goes in behind Fernandinho, quite harshly it has to be said. Fernandinho goes down, he looks a bit of discomfort. Oh, stun on the back of his Achilles. Completely accidental. As soon as the Porto player realised what he did, then he was very, very apologetic. Looked to Fernandinho and did it immediately go over it to him and check he was okay. So completely accidental, but quite rightly a free kick. But Fernandinho is still down now, holding the back of his Achilles. And Marega goes into the book. Fernandinho is up. City attacking well. Soon as I say that, Zinchenko's cross doesn't beat the first man, but it does go out for a corner. Another City corner. 68.5 minutes played. Still remains 0-0. City a lot more attacking this second half, but still nothing coming off. For Foden to take again. Left-footed. Finds a Porto man first time. All the way out to Raheem Sterling. Rodri in the penalty box. Lays it off Fernandinho. First time cross. And it's here! Oh no! How's it not in the back of the net? There was a flurry of chances. It looked like it was cleared off the line by a Porto defender by his hand. This could be pulled back for a penalty kick. Oh, but it's gone out for a free kick to Porto. Seen a replay here. Fernandinho with a first time cross. Rebound off Raheem Sterling. It was... Seen a replay here. It was Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz was defending for Porto. He cleared it off the line. It was going into the back of the net. Oh no, it wasn't. But Ruben Diaz cleared it. He kicked it more towards our goal than their goal. City should be 1-0 up. Ruben Diaz has just missed an absolute sitter. And it wasn't off a defender's arm, it was off the goalkeeper. Good goalkeeping on the line by the Porto goalkeeper. And the ball goes out for a throw into Porto on the near side, midway in our half. 70 minutes played, no changes from Pep, a manager that has complained about the lack of substitutions. We have 5 to make, no changes for City, and it doesn't look like anybody's really getting ready to come on. A few warm-ups, but nothing happening. How are we not 1-0 up? Oh, we're making a change. Gabriel Jesus is coming on. It's like I'm celebrating a goal. Gabriel Jesus is coming on for City. And it is for Ferran Torres. Good call, it has to be said. Ferran Torres has, you know, he's not had the best of games. He's not had the worst of games, but he's been quiet. But thank God Gabriel Jesus, the Messiah, is on. Number 9. Hopefully he can nick us a goal. 20 minutes remaining, plus added time. Come on, City! Porto also making another change here. Marega coming off for Ivan Nilsson. What a name. Seems to be a stoppage in play here. Another change. Nanu, not Nani, has come on for Manafa of Porto again. So that's 3 substitutions to our 1 for Porto. Gabriel Jesus, for those who have just joined, is on the pitch now. God. No pun intended. Thank God. Jesus is on. But Porto have a throw-in. Taken short. Jesus immediately on the impact there, trying to deny the Porto cross. The cross does come in. Goes over absolutely everyone, all the way out for a City throw-in on the far side near the corner flag. Just seeing a replay here. Ruben Diaz. It wasn't going in. Ruben Diaz cleared it for Porto. And Ferran Torres did an overhead kick. And it was literally anywhere else from Ferran Torres and it was a goal. But it was straight at the keeper, who did get back well and parried it out. So the keeper did well, but he should have been 1-0 up before that. And the ball given away by City here and played all the way back to the Porto goalkeeper. Under pressure from Phil Foden. He seems to have a little bit of energy again. Maybe now he's got a bit of a help from Gabriel Jesus. Almost winning the ball back for City, but Porto clear it. Give the ball back to City all the way to Ederson. Jenny, again, it's another one of them comments I'm not going to repeat. Just, you know. City have had 13 attempts this game. Wait for it. 3 on target. No goals. Is that Burnley game a one-off? I know we're missing a lot of prime attacking players, i.e. Kevin De Bruyne. Well, we're not missing a lot. We're missing one, really, but ball lofted over the top there to... I can't even see who that is. I think it's João Cancelo playing right wing. Wins the throw-ins for City. Bernardo Silva pulls it back to João Cancelo. Jazz infield. Cannons off a Porto player, and Porto have possession back again. And now on the break, Porto. On the break well here. However, City is starting to get men back. And the ball played across will go all the way out for a throw-in to City. Halfway in our half on the near side. 74 minutes played. 0 bloody 0. What's everyone's thoughts on the game so far? Christopher's, what am I drinking? I'm on Dr. Pepper. I know I am pushing the boat out. It rots your teeth, kids. Don't do it. Do drugs instead. It's better for your teeth. It's not. A sense of that. I don't know what the hell I was saying then. Ball played through from messes with my speech. Fernandinho on the right wing. Gives the ball away. And gives away a free kick. What is it, right? That's a question out there for all of you Blues. What is it with City and a common theme throughout the past 2 seasons? When we give the ball away, we're quick to give a free kick away as well. Raheem Sterling seems to be one of the big culprits for that. Gives the ball away and then immediately fouls the player that got the ball, basically. Seems to happen a lot. Seems to happen a lot. Is that a tactic maybe Pep does to sort of break up the play? You know, City have got a lot of men forward. Is that to stop the opposition from attacking? Could be. Could be as well. Raheem Sterling on the right wing here. Drives it infield to Fernandinho, of all players. Zinchenko in a left-back position, driving forward. Pulls it back to Rodri. Under a lot of pressure, Rodri still managed to get the ball away to Fernandinho. Plays it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Left-footed cross. Immediately finds the Porto man. Bernardo Silva picks up the loose possession from Porto on the right wing here. Managed to beat the man. Bernardo Silva breaking in here into the penalty box. Takes a shot. Oh! Was on target. The keeper gets down well. It was on target. It was sneaking in, but the keeper made a great save. In fact, the keeper hit his head on the post. It was that close to the post. But it was on target. The keeper made a good save there. Bernardo Silva, the massive change of pace, breaking into the penalty box. Good shot. On target. It was creeping in. The keeper did well. And like I say, he did hit his head on the post. Good shot. And it goes out for a corner. Taken in. Oh, and it rebounds in. Keeper gracefully catches. The chances are coming now, Blues. Chances are coming. And funnily enough, they're not coming to Jesus, and it's been the only change. Sometimes I do talk some rubbish, but there is a foul again from City. It's all right, Jenny. I know what you meant. I just can't repeat the comment on live due to the nature of the words and the phrase the comments used. Lorraine, you still think City will win? I'm hoping. Like I said, Lorraine, you're one of my favourite commenters. Always positive, no matter what the game has been panning out. So I'm hoping City win. Even if it's 1 goal, I'll be grateful for that 1 goal win. But Porto have a free kick here. High line from City again. Great delivery from Porto. Edison comes, parries it out, well out of his goal. Porto retain possession, looking to get that cross in. They do get the cross in, cleared by Eric Garcia. Sorry, Ruben Diaz. Fernandinho does clear the ball out for another throw-in on the far side. Not much happening. I'll be 30 seconds, Blues. 30 seconds. Anybody questions why the hell there's a screen of no one here? Please someone replies to them and saying I've just disappeared for 30 seconds. Back in a tick. There you go, Blues. Told you. It's like Sky Sports. I'm Jeff Stelling. 30 seconds, counting them, I'm back. No goals, 78th minute played. So, I wasn't having a go, Jenny, by the way. I've just seen your comments. You seem very apologetic. I wasn't having a go. It was just the nature of the words and the comment, the way it was used. I can't repeat it on live. We'll get a few complaints, but don't worry about it. Zinchenko playing the ball through to Gabriel Jesus. Still got the ball here. Tries to play flick on. He does. And Bemba kicks out for another City corner. I think that's be our 9th corner, if I'm correct. Nice little trick by Jesus. Almost finding the way in, but it does go out for a City corner. Phil Foden to take again. None of the corners worked out so far for City when Phil Foden's taken all of them. Ball crossed in well. Ruben Diaz. Oh, Bernardo Silva takes the shot and the keeper just parries it away. Credit to this keeper. When City do have chances, ball whipped back in, cleared well by Porto. And now Porto on the attack with numbers. Ball forward is very poor by them. And City now have possession back on the attack. Rodri playing it out wide to Bernardo Silva, who looked just offside, but VAR can get stuck. Gabriel Jesus! And he's putting it in the back of the net. 1-0. Gabriel Jesus. I told everybody, get Gabriel Jesus on. He will score. 1-0 City. Get in. 79 minutes played. Gabriel Jesus puts City in front. That is more like it. What a boring game. And it was Bernardo Silva with the ball in. Gabriel Jesus hits it with his head. Cannons off the crossbar, bounces down. Keeper can't get there first. Gabriel Jesus, first time touch in the back of the net. I actually took a nick off the goalkeeper's back into the path for Gabriel Jesus after hitting the crossbar. And Gabriel Jesus just tucks it into the back of the net. Get in. Get in. Thank you. Get in. 1-0. It's bloody Porto. It's a nothing game. 1-0 up. Get in. Whew. Right, anyway. Toby Lee. We're 1-0 up. That's what's going on. It's amazing. It's a fantastic game. Christopher Fons, 1-0 Jesus. Jane Chewin, thank goodness. Nat, go! Sheila Curran. What a name, Sheila. Sod off. No goal. Offside. Hang on. VAR. is judging that offside. That is by the narrowest of margins. VAR can quite literally go and shove themselves up their own arses. I feel like Arsene Wenger a few years ago when he was celebrating a goal at the Swamp. Celebrating and not actually realising it was at VAR can just do one. Sick to it. Sick to death of it. That was the tightest offside I've ever seen. 17 attempts from City. 11 corners, not 9. No goals! Quality street. Absolutely. In quality. Sod off, Krista. Sod off. Eric Garcia on the ball. Plays it Fernandinho to the right. Bernardo Silva. Back to Fernandinho. Long ribbon. Driven. Cleared away by Porto defence. Porto's still got the ball here. They're doing well to hold on possession. Phil Foden wins the ball back as soon as I say that, though. Driving at the Porto defenders, but pulls it back to João Cancelo. Amazingly, 83 minutes played and we've only made 1 substitution from 5. I hear Pep complaining about players and 5 substitutions again. I'll personally go to Manchester and kick him in the backside. Gabriel Jesus gives the ball away but wins it back. Raheem Sterling. Gabriel Jesus in the penalty box, lays off for Raheem Sterling. Ball nipped off him at the last possible second. Couldn't get the shot away. Fernandinho, Zinchenko, beautiful ball played through to Gabriel Jesus. Into the penalty box, forced out though into the corner. Zinchenko with a cross in. Jumped on Bernardo Silva by the defender. I'm surprised that's not being fouled. Ederson. I was talking about an attack then, doesn't mean it's gone to Ederson. Fernandinho. Ball through to Zinchenko on the left. Pulled in. Poor control by the Porto man. Bernardo Silva comes away with the ball and it goes out for a City throwing on the near side, midway through Porto's half. Bernardo Silva takes it quickly. Zinchenko. Lays it off for the Bernardo Silva on the left wing. Pulls it back to Fernandinho. Bernardo Silva. Pulls it back to Fernandinho. Deja vu. Zinchenko. Bernardo Silva. Zinchenko. Crosses the ball in. Cleared away by the Porto defender. All the way out to Fernandinho. Plays it to Eric Garcia in the centre circle. Ruben Diaz. 85 minutes played. It remains 0-0. Rodri. Fernandinho. Bernardo Silva on the left wing. Crosses the ball in to... Oh! Rebounds off the Porto player. Rebounded off Gabriel Jesus and into the graceful arms of the goalkeeper. Just seeing a replay here. Yeah, fair enough. Bernardo Silva was offside, but how the hell can VAR justify giving an offside there for City scoring a goal and not the penalty that was quite rightly a penalty in the 8th minute? Seriously, there is a Liverpool official in that VAR office tonight. Either way, the VAR official, his name, initials, his full name, he's got 4 names in his full name. And I think the first initial of his name was T, second was W, third was A. I can't remember what the last one was. Either way, I'm sure someone will remind me. Ball cleared by the Porto goalkeeper, all the way out for a throw-in on the halfway line on the far side for City. 86 minutes played, it remains 0-0. Porto making their 4th substitution to our 1 in the 86th minute. Like I said, if Pep ever complains about 5 substitutions and 3 substitutions ever again, I will go to Manchester personally, kick him up the backside, like I said. Why? He's obviously just playing for the draw now, Pep. He's so poor. So poor. This is a stat. Thanks to Laney for sharing this stat for me. If the match remains the same scoreline, it will be the first time in City's Champions League history in the group stage that we have failed to score. The ball crossed in, header by Gabriel Jesus over the bar. But yeah, if this game remains 0-0, it'll be the first time in City's Champions League history we have failed to score in a match in a group game. The stats are poor. That would wipe the floor with all of them. I know people say it's a nothing game and it's a point, and it will see us to the top of the table without any comeuppance from Porto. But we have been poor tonight. There's no taking away how poor we've been tonight. Porto have the ball here. Few chipping play. Kept possession, Porto. Lofting the ball forward. Ruben Diaz clears. Rodri immediately plays it forward, trying to find Phil Foden. Comes to nothing and Porto come away with the ball. Immediately giving it away to Fernandinho. Can't control it and Porto have back possession. Who give it away? Gabriel Jesus on the turn. That's got to be a foul, referee. Thank you very much. Gabriel Jesus goes down under the challenge. 88th minute played. 0-0. City have a free kick. Come on, City! Referee having a right little natter here. Get on with it. In fact, it won't really have... Oh, no, it was the Gabriel Jesus one that was a foul. Ruben Diaz went down under no challenge, really. Phil Foden outside the penalty box tries to find a City player, but gives away possession. Porto able to come away with it. Phil Foden goes down after a kick out. Well played, Phil Foden, and wins a free kick on the edge of the penalty box. This time it is on the edge of the penalty box. Can we get something from this now? Phil Foden was smart there. He knew he wasn't getting the ball. He knew if he did go down, it would be a free kick. He tried so hard to stay on his feet to keep the play going. So honest from him. But he made the right decision to go down because the free kick wasn't going to get given if he stayed on his feet. It's like João Cancelo's lined up to take this free kick. Porto just getting the wall sorted out. 89th minute. Come on, City. Let's nick it here. João Cancelo, ball lofted in, and it's a Porto player and out for a throw into City on the near side, just next to the corner flag. Bernardo Silva seems to be taking it into the corner flag and trying to play for time. Kicks out a play for a Porto throw-in. Full 90 minutes up. Added time is going to be... hopefully another 90 minutes of this such exciting and thrilling match between two evenly attacking teams. Ball played all the way to City's defender Ruben Diaz. Rodri crosses the ball out wide to Bernardo Silva, who's frustrated with the ball. First time touch from Bernardo Silva, finds Zinchenko. He's pushed over the ball, and it is a free kick. It's a cheap free kick, but it is a free kick. Close to the touch line, just outside the penalty box on the left-hand side. Beautiful touch by Bernardo Silva to find Zinchenko there. Deserves something a little bit more than the free kick, but it's a free kick nonetheless. Just come on, City. If we nick this, just nick this, come on. Nick all 3 points. 5 minutes of added time. 1 minute of that 5 minutes played already. Tricky free kick to defend for Porto here. João Cancelo. Bernardo Silva crosses it in. It's a Porto player every time. Every set piece has been a Porto player. Raheem Sterling. Phil Foden taken down there by the Porto man. And it's another free kick to City. Well out. on the far side, midway in Porto's half. So it's a crossing free kick coming on its way, but it is a foul. Phil Foden's down on the deck holding his hamstring. Not injured, it's just where the impact was. João Cancelo set to take the free kick again. Ball driven in. Fernandinho with a knock on. Oh, Fernandinho knocks the ball on. Gabriel Jesus with the head. Eric Garcia with the head, and it just went completely wide. In fact, it was a poor header. Fernandinho did so well. If Eric Garcia left the ball, Rodri would have smashed that into the back of the net. If Eric Garcia didn't touch the ball there, Rodri would have smashed that into the back of the net. It was open. 2 minutes of the 5 added, played, 3 to go. 0-0. Keep your comments, Blues. Obviously, the game's nearly up. We could still nick it. Porto could still nick it. What are your thoughts on the game? Opinions on the players, where we lacked? How the hell we've only just made 1 substitution from a manager that complains about not having enough substitutions to make? Mind-blowing or what? 2 minutes of the added time left to play. Who's been his standout City player, if any? For me, it has to be Bernardo Silva. He's worked his ass off tonight with nothing really coming off, to be fair, but he still worked his backside off. He's still doing it now in the 93rd minute. Remember, we did play 3 minutes of added time in the first half, so technically he's played 90. He'll be playing 98 minutes, Bernardo Silva, come any late change, and he's worked his backside off every single second of this match. So for me, Bernardo Silva, in terms of City players, is my man of the match. But in terms of the game, it has to be, for me, the goalkeeper for Porto has to be man of the match. He's not had too much to do in terms of the saves, but when he has, his saves have been world class. But at the same time, City just haven't been clinical enough. Malang Sarr for Porto can have a shout for man of the match, but there's only really Bernardo Silva you can say is man of the match for City. Ruben Diaz pulling the ball back to Eric Garcia. Fernandinho, 1 minute of added time left to play. Fernandinho just smashes the ball forward all the way out for a goal kick. Keep your comments coming, Blues, if you want. If you really want to talk about this game. If you really want to go down that road. I mean, I love you and respect you for doing it. But yeah, 30 seconds left of this game to play. Porto's goal kick. Smashed forward. City win the the header, should I say. Out for a City throw-in on the near side, halfway across the pitch. Halfway across the pitch on the halfway line. There's still only 1 substitution by Guardiola made of the 5 that he can make. João Cancelo on the right-hand side. Drives it infield to Rodri in the centre circle. Just crossing the ball across to Phil Foden, who's not going to get there. And the referee blows full-time whistle. The match ends 0-0 in a pretty dire performance, if anything. There was a... Last 20 minutes, there was a host of chances for City. You know, we had a disallowed goal that was correctly ruled offside from Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, for me, definitely man of the match for City. He, like I said, for the full 98 minutes of the game played, including the 3 minutes of added time in the first half, he worked his backside off every second of the game. City they just weren't clinical. They just weren't clinical enough. The chances were few, and when they were poor. I think we had about 15 shots, only 4 on target, something like that. We had, I think, 13 corners. None of them came off. We had 6 or 7 free kicks. None of them, I don't think, hit any City player first. Roll on Fulham. I'm hoping we keep the Premier League momentum going. But that said, Blues, that point is enough. Oh, hello, Tom. I didn't realise you were back, mate.
How are you doing, pal? You okay?
Yeah, sort of. That point is enough to see us top the table going into the final game of the Champions League group stages. And the stat of the game is that is the first time in City's Champions League history that we have ended a group stage match without scoring a single goal. Just a reminder before we talk about the game, Man City versus Fulham is on Saturday. I'll be doing another live commentary on that at 3:15 kickoff, which is the weirdest time I've ever known a Saturday kickoff. But nonetheless, we are back on TV. I can bring it to you, and hopefully we can kickstart another Burnley-type win. How are you doing, Tom? Did you watch the game, mate?
Actually, I've had a cracking little nap, mate. I've really enjoyed. I've really caught up with my sleep the last hour or so. It was I bolted upright when I found out we scored, and needed to refresh my brain on how VAR works. And second phase, third phase, second phase. Cup of tea, please. And yeah, gutted. I've waited 80 minutes to watch a goal. We get one and it's reeled out again. Do you know what, mate? I'm getting a bit despondent with it. And it's for me to say that. I'm usually Mr. Positive, and it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
I completely agree with you, but I just don't understand VAR. I mean, we should have been definitely given a penalty in the first half in the opening 8 minutes when Raheem Sterling was taken down. So how VAR can justify giving a correct offside there, but not the penalty, is beyond me. Do apologise. I've just seen that Porto can still top the group.
Delightful. I'm not sure how they possibly. Yeah, oh God.
Both played 5. Porto have got 10 points. We've got 13. I thought a point was enough for us to retain top.
Yeah, I thought that was right as well.
Huh. Well, I think we've all been had there, but yeah.
Here comes VAR.
It's been one of them games that just sort of makes you miss Gundogan, because then you can actually say, do you know what? I could have slept through that game easily.
Oh, well, it's a tough one.
Had to get a dig in.
Do you know what? I never, ever want to hear the argument for Zinchenko playing left back, right back, centre forward, midfield. He's not good enough anymore. This is his last season for City. It has to be. I don't know. I watched him tonight after our conversation yesterday. I watched him play. I just thought he was sloppy.
Well, I don't agree with that. He wasn't anywhere near the best player on the pitch for City, without a doubt. But I don't think he had a bad game. But then again, saying that, none of them really had a good game. I mean, there's only really Bernardo Silva and Foden that you can say had a really good game. Zinchenko had a solid game, just not a great one for me, personally.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, Bernardo's fantastic. Some brilliant touches, positional play. He's always aware as well. Every time you see the camera on him, he's always looking different positions. He's like an owl. His head's everywhere. What position? Where am I supposed to be? What am I looking for? Where's the ball going next? And I think it's brilliant after that. Nat Janu on Facebook. Hi, Nat. Hope you're well. I think he's saving players as the draw was good enough. Yeah, I thought the draw was good enough for us to top the group, Nat, as well. But is that right?
Yeah,
Dan,
we've got a +9 goal difference. They've got a +5, but they're on 10 points and we're on 13. But I'm sure everybody's bigged it up and saying a point's good enough for City to finish top.
And how many games are left in the competition in the group stage? It's definitely one. Just what? Well,
one game, yeah.
Well, I suppose if City lose the next game and then Porto win by 6 goals.
Oh no, sorry, I completely forgot. It's head-to-head, isn't it now?
I'm not sure I understand.
The game's now judged on head-to-head rather than goal difference.
Oh God. Okay.
So if we lost our game and Porto win, because we beat Porto in the first game, because of head-to-head is in our favour, we go top. It's no longer based on goal difference in the Champions League, which I've never understood. Why change something like that doesn't make sense? You know, if you score more goals and concede less, surely you deserve to be top.
Why would you wait for change something to make common sense, eh?
Oh, well, you know them. the common sense of them.
So, I think the upshot of this is from what I see, we didn't have any injuries that I saw. There was no niggles there coming off. Let's see the positives within that. It was a 0-0. We didn't concede. Positives within that. Yeah, do you know what? Let's just take it and run into the Fulham game as best we can. As I said to you yesterday, though, they don't worry me. I felt no worry about Porto going forward whatsoever. I didn't feel the least bit the game was more spiky than I thought it would be. The game was really spiky for something that traditionally the two clubs would have played out a boring 0-0 or 1-1 to both go through. But there's obviously a bit of overspill from the last game we played against them, where there's half a dozen yellow cards. So, yeah, interesting one.
It was one of them where there was no... It wasn't clinical from either team, as the scoreline suggests, but there was a lot of niggly fouls, a lot of loose possession that enhanced these fouls, and the ball giveaway was a part of that for me. I think both teams are sort of gunning for possession, but as soon as they got possession, they were almost looking like they were wanting to give it away. They were sort of fighting each other to give the ball away, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the theme throughout the match. And I completely agree. It's a hell of a lot faster than I predicted, but I expected City to get a lot more out of that game than just a point. But it's a point, like you said, it's not a loss. We've got no injuries. It is a positive all round, really. But it just highlights again scoring goals.
I'm just reading here. I'm just reading on the BBC that City have topped the group. I'd like to get that confirmed elsewhere. But yeah, looking at the league table, I'm not really too sure how he did. I thought Phil Foden got quite a few dodgy tackles against him tonight. He was really earmarked. A couple of their defenders went right through the back of him on several occasions, particularly that last 10 minutes or so. He's definitely man-marked. People keep an eye on him, aren't they, as clubs go into him with harsher tackles just to...
I think they had to. He's one of them... he's like a Jack Grealish, the flair. You know, you have to stop him by fouling him, because you know if he gets space on the ball, he is going to dribble it past any player, no matter who the player is in the world. Phil Foden's got that about him. You know, he's just way of dribbling and keeping hold of the ball is second to none for such a young player. So I think that was sort of a tactic by Porto, just get as many niggly fouls and stop him as much as they can. And for Porto, it worked.
I tell you what, who got man of the match for me? Their goalkeeper. He turned into son of Buffon, son of Neuer, son of Cassius, and he made some fantastic saves. The disallowed goal, how he managed to get his fingertips onto that and push it onto the bar, was a brilliant save. So, you know, fair play to him. I thought he had a great game there, keeper.
Yeah, no, he did. He was one of them. I thought it was out of between Bernardo Silva, their goalkeeper, and that Malang Sarr, their centre back. That Sarr was just stopping everything, really. Like I said, we weren't clinical, but the chances we did have, it always seems to be that lad that stopped it all. You know, I think the first half we were through on goal Raheem Sterling, and it bounced just in front of him. It was just about to fall to the perfect level for Sterling to batter it, and Sarr just got a touch and knocked it out for a corner. So he was another one. So credit to Porto, they did play well. But it's just one of them games, and both teams weren't at the best, but one team did edge out arguably a favourable result.
Yeah, let's just see the positives and run, mate. Let's take the positives and run. And I see no injuries, and just going into the Fulham game with a fully fit squad. Hopefully Sergio will be on the bench. Doubt it though. I doubt he'll be on the bench. What do you think?
Well, from all I've heard, it's just inflammation of the knee. It was only going to be 5 days, and that was 2 days before the Burnley game. So whether there's still any truth in that is beyond me. But if it's an inflammation of his knee and nothing else, and he's still out, I think people have got to start reading into that a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. So we got Fulham on Saturday. What time did he say? Was it a 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday? Or did he say it was something stupid?
2:45.
2:45.
2:45 kickoff on Saturday afternoon.
Where have you seen that?
On BT.
2:45. What, kickoff, or is that what time the programme starts?
Kickoff.
Why?
I don't know.
They're absolute wankers, aren't they? Bloody hell.
Hey, don't turn into Jurgen Klopp. It's their fault.
It's past the watershed, I'm going to swear. I love a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. 2:45 is just bonkers. Don't get that.
I'll double check. I'm almost 100% that it is, but it is a strange time. I mean, I understand. Obviously, you've got to try and get it in for
There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason to have that 15 minutes early. I'm not having any excuse that BT come out. You know what? Whatever they paid the money, they paid enough money for us to buy fantastic players, etc., etc., etc. I love all that.
Oh no, sorry, it is a 3 p.m.
It is a 3 p.m. kickoff, right? Okay, I thought it was going.
BT being advertised as 3:15.
That's probably what time the channel starts to get people on watching it.
I thought they'll always do it in match kickoff time and then just say it starts out.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh well, 3 o'clock kickoff. I was wrong.
Or 2:45 if you want to be extra keen.
Get there before. Start saying we've scored a few goals before kick-off. I'd be up for that anytime.
Absolutely. We're going to have a chat on Thursday night about the game against Fulham.
Yeah.
I think we take this as it is. Champions League draw. Move on to the next game. Can't do any else, Will, can we?
Can I just make a request? Can we please not talk about it on Thursday?
What, tonight's game?
Yeah.
Done. I'll agree to that.
There is literally nothing to take from that game other than we've topped the group.
Yes, and here's the highlights from the Porto game.
Anyway,
we're done. Oh, I love it. Right, let's get to bed, mate. Have a fantastic evening.
You too.
Do you know what, Dan?
Thanks everyone for tuning in, commenting and watching and putting up for me, and join me for Saturday's game against Fulham. And of course, join Laney tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning for his breakfast show, and join us on Thursday for the MIB show. And
I've got a bit of a special coming up soon. I interview ex-City striker Paul Walsh tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, you do, of course.
Yeah, Paul Walsh is coming on. That's not going to be a live because I feel there'll be some editing needs doing, so I'll get that out as soon as it's ready to go, Blue. So look forward to listening to that. That will be a Patreon first interview. So if you're not a patron, jump onto patreon.com/ManchesterIsB and be able to subscribe and join the team from as little as £3.50 per month. We're a non-profit organisation. Every penny that comes to us goes into the running of this show. So I hope you enjoy it. And we will speak again on Thursday, my mate.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Have a good one, pal. See you later, boys.
You too, mate. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.